There we go. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Morning, good morning, good morning.
It is August 5th, 2023, and we are here doing the greatest show on earth, better than the greatest show on turf, better than throwing the football that is Nerf.
You off it already. I see you off it already. You must have got that pay. You must have got the sample I sent you.
Got it. I got it. We ready to go. We ready to go. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us once again for another jam-packed show of all types of sports. We got a really full show. We got to talk about all kinds of good sports: football, basketball, NBA, college craziness, the conference realignment. That's what you want to call it. I got another word for it. We got trades in baseball. Former Tigers still moving around, and Max Scherzer running off at the mouth as usual. And we got a lot of good stuff going on. We got soccer coming up. We got corrections in stupid sports news and some more craziness. Just lots of fun today. We also always want to start by thanking you guys for joining us and joining our group between the last time. We have more people joining. So thank you for that. Don't forget to click like, click share, call your friends, call your auntie, call your uncle them, call your cousins. Yeah. Tell them get up. We know you had fun last night, but it's time to watch Felix and Kamau on these crazy internets talking about this good old sports. You okay this morning, sir?
Yeah, man. I heard this joke, man. I don't know if I should tell you, man. I don't think this is appropriated. So I'm
now, come on now. You got to tell it now. You got to tell it. You got to tell it.
This man walks into a restaurant. Blind man walks into the restaurant. He sit down. The waiter say, "Yeah, can I help you?" He say, "Bring me a dirty fork." He say, "What?" He said, "Bring me a dirty fork." So he bring him a dirty fork. He take the fork and put it up to his nose. He smell it. He say, "Bring me the spaghetti with the 3 cheeses." The man bringing the spaghetti with the 3 cheeses. He come back the next day. He say, "Yeah, bring me a dirty fork." He say, "Okay." You bring him a dirty fork. He puts the fork back up to his nose. He say, "Okay, bring me the lasagna with the 3 cheeses." The third day he come in. The waiter see him coming. The waiter says to his wife, "Hey, take this fork and put it down your pants." The way his wife say, "What?" Say, "Take this fork and put it down your pants. I'm gonna teach this guy a lesson." So the guy come, he sit down, he say, "Let me guess, you want a dirty fork?" He say, "Yeah." He take the fork, put it up to his nose. He take his finger, he taste it. He say, "I ain't no and work here." Hey man, delete that part out.
Send all your correspondence and mail to Felix.
Don't send that to me. I heard it. Don't send it to me. Wow, man.
Okay, all right.
Let's talk football. Let's go.
After that rousing beginning, we're going to go ahead and get started with football is back. That is the topic of the week that is brought to you by all of you who voted for it this week. Thank you for that, keeping you guys involved with the show and the topics. The Hall of Fame game was Thursday night. I thought it was last night. So I look up and let you know the highlights are on ESPN. The Browns with a late comeback beat the Jets. Rodgers, Noah, Watson suited up, and they had the most awkwardest handshake at the end of the game. I did get to see that.
I didn't even catch that. Yeah, I didn't even catch that part.
I saw on ESPN. They showed them walking to each other. They kind of looked at each other and walked away.
Oh, okay.
Is it something that we they got into in the past about? But it looked kind of strange. Looked like Aaron Rodgers was just like, okay, why is this guy touching me?
Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna have to go back and look that up. Okay.
Maybe it's because of things in the past with Watson dealt with and all that. But maybe that was it. But he definitely gave him the look like, "Why? Don't touch me. Get away from me."
No, that's what Aaron did to him, or he did that to Aaron.
No, they gave each other the dap. They gave the brother hug. But the look on Aaron's face was like, "Why is this man over here bothering me? Who cares?
Oh, okay.
Maybe because
Okay,
either way they play.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Who decides who go in the Hall of Fame? Because some of these people that's getting picked, no, they're not worthy of the Hall of Fame.
You know, Deion said if you say his name and the first thing come to your mind is no, they shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's what Prime said.
That's what Prime said.
So okay, so you agree with who went in?
Let me look this up real quick. The list.
Right.
No, seriously, let me look the list up real quick. Because I know we had the fresh new group.
Yeah, I'm like the guy that what's the guy name? The guy that played linebacker, Zach Taylor. No.
Oh, from Miami.
Yeah, no. What did he do? He played for the Dolphins.
Yeah, he played for Miami.
That's it.
I don't particularly remember him being that good.
Thank you.
I remember him being decent.
Right.
I never thought of him as Hall of Fame worthy.
What about Darrelle Revis?
I would say yes.
No, I would say no. He just had a catch. He had a catchy phrase, Revis Island. Right? Revis Island. That was it. Because when he went, remember the year the Patriots went undefeated, but they ended up losing the Super Bowl to the Giants. Mm-hmm. Randy Moss ran right by him and put the hand up to Tom like, "Oh, what you waiting on?" I'm good, man. Nah. And then if I even take you even further than that, you know where he got his championship with, right?
He was the backup with somebody.
New England.
Oh, that's right.
Man, get out of here, man. Nah, man. I can't award that. Mm-mm. No. Can't award that.
I'm gonna come back to that. I'm trying to find all the names, but we're gonna come back to that in the interest of time. Right. Football camps are open for colleges. The first game is August 26th, Navy versus Notre Dame in Dublin, Ireland, and of course, you know that game is gonna be on NBC. I'm willing to bet that Notre Dame's gonna win 56-3.
I mean, you know what? No, Nate, don't underestimate Navy now. Navy gives them problems. Don't underestimate. But I agree. But I'm saying this: it's the first game of the season. You're getting all the flaws out and everything. Don't go away putting a horse in front of nine, because we're not talking about Notre Dame with Lou Holtz, right? We're not talking about the Rocket coming out the tunnel and Tim Brown and all that. That's what I'm saying. Right. Don't be surprised. 17-14, 2017. I'm just saying. Navy tends to give them problems.
I'm gonna go. Well, that'll probably be on the next show when we do some picks. But I'm gonna stick with that right now. I'm gonna say 56-3, and I'm saying I'm gonna start off the season strong. That's our first game coming with college. And
the Southfield Jayhawks against the Southfield Falcons. That game has no relevance, man, whatsoever. Peacock. That's what Peacock and Channel 4. Boy.
Felix, we got to get you a bodyguard. Southfield. All them parents in Southfield want them their kids got to show.
I used to play for the Southfield Falcons. That's why I always think about it. If I said something towards it, I got some type of relevance to it. I played for the Southfield Falcons. I couldn't stand the Southfield Jayhawks. They beat me. They beat us in my whole career. Me, Myron, Hopper, Murdoch, all of us. We never beat them. I tied them once, and I lost to them 3 times.
The point is, parents nowadays is not going to take too kindly you saying bad stuff about their baby. You know, their baby, they're the greatest of all time, and they need to go in the Hall of Fame right now. So that game is relevant in their mind. We can't be talking about that.
Southfield Jayhawks and Southfield Falcons is relevant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to them.
Man, okay. Maybe I missed it.
That's like the Cowboys and playing against the Steelers. That's a relevant game in PAL. You know, so you know
Cowboys and the who?
And the Steelers.
Never heard of them. The only team I used to hear about was the Cougars.
The Cougars, and no, the West Side Cubs too. Now, West Side Cubs against anybody, that's a relevant game.
We scrimmaged the West Side Cubs one year. The dudes now, mind you, I'm 12, 13, right? These dudes was looking like this, like I'm looking right now. See, that's right. You know what I'm talking about. I'm like, you how old? And I'm 12. No, you ain't, man. This dude got a family, man. No. I remember we played them. Because in PAL it's different from in Southfield. The Southfield League you had Pony, JV, Varsity.
Right.
With PAL you had AB, ABC. So we like, what team is up? We the B team. Well, where's the A team? Man, get out of here, man. Dude was looking like me right now. Talking about I'm 12. Man, get out of here. You ain't no 12. 12 plus 10, 22. That's why you laugh, because you know I'm telling the truth.
I will say that I can be honest with you. I don't think they've ever been proven those kids was over age. But it was everybody's always known that the Cubs have kind of played a little on that edge in terms of age and and how the before they changed the dates, they would take the whole central team. They would play on Friday, the next Saturday morning in the red and white.
Look, man, we played the Jayhawks one year at Southfield Lathrop. True story. I came out there. Anybody watching know this? They tailback played for cash. That's how they beat us. My man even said it after the game. He's like, man, I gotta go to practice tomorrow. We're like, what? Yeah, man, I play for cash. My man ran tail for cash. But he playing with us. Right. Thank you, Mike Marshall. Right.
And I'm gonna tell you this much. It don't just happen in the city. It happen in the suburbs too. That much I can tell you, because they doing it all over the place. Believe me.
That man, but that wouldn't that be called cheating? I guess not if you don't get caught, right? Right.
I learned this when I came to Texas. It ain't cheating if you ain't trying. That's what they say.
That's what they say down there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now that makes sense to Friday Night Lights now. You ain't cheating if you ain't trying.
You ain't trying. Yep.
Okay.
All right. We want to say hello and thank you to Tyrone Pickens and Harold Johnson for coming in this morning. And Greg Brown gives a great Jayhawks. How you doing, Brown? Thanks for joining us this morning. All right. In the interest of time, we need to move forward. We're going to touch on the NBA just a little bit today. Jaylen Brown with the richest contract in NBA history. Right behind him, Anthony Davis with a 3-year extension for $186 million. And I have one word for that. Why? Because
at the end of the day, you got to pay him, man. You got to
pay him. You got to pay him. I agree. You got to pay him. But if I'm being GM, now let me start here. It's not what you work, it's what you can negotiate. I have to start there. But if I'm playing GM, I'm not paying Anthony Davis anything unless he's playing more than 55 games a season. It seemed like he just disappeared from time to time, and he's fragile. So that this says to me that the Lakers are moving into the era where they know they need to fill seats and they know they're not going to be winning a lot.
No, but injuries is part of the game, right?
Yes, but
okay. So with that being said, they in the same boat the Pelicans were in, right?
Say it again.
They were in the same boat the Pelicans were in, right?
Yep.
So what I'm saying is, okay, so you got to pay Anthony Davis because he's the glue to LeBron's paper, right? You don't expect LeBron to repeat what he did last year, right? It's going to be a decline, right?
Father Time is undefeated.
So who you expect to pick up the slack? Anthony Davis.
He's supposed to pick up the slack, but is he going to is the question. Now, I agree with you, Mr. Brown. You need games played with incentives. To me, that contract would have been incentive laden, where if you pay this many, you make this much. You play this many, you make much more, and that's what I would do. But of course, when you that's your best player, your quote unquote best player, you got everybody else over a barrel. You got to pay the man. So I agree with you on that. All right. Jordan sale has been completed. The Charlotte Hornets. He originally put down $275 million. He will get back $3 billion and still be a minority owner in the team. The new team led by Rick Schnall and Gabe Plotnick will be taking over as soon as possible because it has been just like they did in the NFL. The coaches, the other owners have voted on it. It is official. And I like the fact that Jordan's still going to be around because he can just be the happy guy. He can show up at the game. He can do the autographs. He can go out. He can walk out on the floor, wave his hand. Thank you for coming out today, and that's all he needs to do at this point. Because my only question is, will they finally make the playoffs?
Charlotte. You know what? That's a tough one because I don't know. I don't know what Miles Bridges is going to bring. Right? He been out of basketball for a year, so I don't know.
So they're not going to bring him back. They signed him.
He signed a tender deal, I believe.
Okay. So a 2-way deal.
Right, but I don't know how they gonna gel with that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? He been sitting on. I mean, I'm sure he been working out, right? But he's not been playing game speed, or he hasn't been. So I don't know.
NBA time.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if him and LaMelo coming off the wrist surgery. It's a whole lot of factors. And who's the coach over there? Kamau Williams.
If they pay me, hey, we're pressed from one end and run on the other side. That's all I do. Y'all go out there and make these highlight reels.
Right.
I mean, we call it timeout.
That was my biggest take. I was like, okay, Miles Bridges coming back. That baggage. Maybe he learned his lesson because time, matures everything, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Will they make the playoffs in the East? Yeah, possible.
They're gonna take the last spot from the Pistons.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because until you get rid of Mr. CC, I can't believe this team going somewhere.
Okay.
He false, man.
Yeah. Did you see that mixtape they had him playing in the gym? Did I send you that one? Did I send it to you when he was playing? And they
might have sent that, and I might have deleted it. Nah, man, I'm not a Cade Cunningham fan. Like I say, you'll see. Within maybe a year to two, we're gonna be on this show, and you're gonna be like, "Yeah, I have to tell you were right." Man,
I'll be more than happy to say you were right, but I'm praying that he's not. That you won't be for the betterment of the team.
Okay.
For the betterment of the team. We're gonna move quickly to baseball. Before we do that, I want to make sure you click like, click share. Make sure you go in and tell people to come in and take a look at us. Don't forget to get the book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day. We want to give a shout out to our great Mr. Holmes in the background. This young man is he's moving into another quarter of his life. He sent his sweetie girl on off to school, and now he's readjusting in life. So we want to give him some shout outs and tell him it's going to be all right. And we got
you still got me, homie.
Well, I can't be there to referee all them fights now. So yeah.
Man, look, man, we cool. That's how we like Fred and Lamont. We all right.
I agree. I've always said y'all need to have y'all reality show. If y'all got to see, oh man, you talking about some viewership. This would be the greatest of all time.
No.
Bad News Bears. Marcus, I don't know what that means, but he said the Bad News Bears. I guess he's gonna let us know in a minute. All right. Let's see. Baseball. Ohtani was not traded. Shohei Ohtani, was not traded from the Angels. He's going to stay there. They assured him they're going to put some talent around him, and they're going to sign him, and they're going to try and make a winner out of him. And a lot of great moves at the deadline. The ones that we probably have the most liking to is Verlander going back to Houston and Scherzer going to the Rangers. He is right up the street in Arlington. He made his first start on Thursday. And he was mad. He really didn't want to stay with the Mets. You can tell because of his comments when he left. They said how they were looking towards making the playoffs in 24, 25. I mean, he was like, well, what about now?
Right.
I mean, dang. Right. I'm paraphrasing now. I'm paraphrasing as the conversation was. It was told that they were looking towards the future when he was like, well, I'm here now. I'm too old to be looking at the future. I need to look at myself now. So that's one of the reasons why they traded him down here to down to the Rangers. And Verlander is very happy being back with Houston. He's gotten to his grown man face, nice and he's settled. His face is nice and round now with the big beard. and I think he's still with the model girl, and so he down the road. And he really did enjoy his time with Houston, so he's back with his favorite skipper. And both teams are making a run at the playoffs and possibly trying to get another World Series for both. Well, a World Series for the Rangers and another one for Houston. So we want to wish them luck coming out of the Tigers organization. Speaking of the Tigers, they are 48-61, third place in AL Central, 8 games behind the Twins, who are 57-51. This is the first time that they've been under since we've had the show in a while. 4-8 in the last 12 since our last show. But I did look it up. Right now they're 48-61. Last year they were 42-65. So that is about a six game improvement. A 6 game improvement, yeah. But at this point, it was so over.
It was.
It was so over. You knew who was where, and at this point, that 42-65 was a really bad mark because we knew that the season was over pretty much because everybody knew who was going to make the playoffs at that point. It was a few leagues that were still kind of storming to get where they need to be, but we knew in the American League that it was over with. Right. So there has been an improvement from last year to this year. And so we're hoping that we can continue to move forward that way. The Braves now have the best record in the MLB at 70-37. And right behind them are none other than the Orioles at 68-42. So that says to me that the Tigers have hope. Small market, don't want to spend money. They've built their team in the minor leagues, and they've slowly brought players up and put them in the ranks, and now they are playing very well. And I've always liked Orioles because of Cal Ripken. Cal Ripken would get out there for his 3 innings, and they would take him out, and he kept that Iron Man streak going forever, even when he was injured.
Right.
So it's hard. That Oreo sitting on that cap is pretty sweet. So that orange and black was still pretty sweet. So I'm glad that they're making a resurgence. Everything, and no matter what the sport is, everything is cyclical. Everything is going to do this, where some people up and some people down. Kansas City's down. They won a World Series a few years ago after being down for all those years. I'm still waiting on teams like Milwaukee to come back and do something. They haven't done anything in a while. And if the Cubs can come back and win a World Series, I know we can come back and do it.
Who is we?
We as in the Tigers. Lord.
Did you hear the joke I said to open the show?
It was almost like when I said Tigers, you was like,
no, man, no.
Gotta believe it. No matter it was Red Wings, Tigers, Lions, Pistons, gotta believe in them.
You believe in all 4 of those?
I believe that they should be doing better. That's for sure. But I still believe them, and they still my team now. We gonna next show we're gonna go into as we go into football. We're gonna go into our predictions for the season for the Lions. You poked the bear last show and got out of me what my thoughts on what the Lions are going to be. So as we go into they'll be deep into preseason the next time we have our next show, and we're gonna start doing our conference previews as to where we think everybody's going to end up. We actually gonna write it down, and I'm gonna put it right here on my desk. So when at the end of the season, we can go back and look at it. Every year we talk about it, we never go back and review it. This year,
hey, you were right again, Mr. Holmes. Hey, look, I'm telling you, man, y'all gonna cry, man. Y'all gonna cry because that's what they do. They like, you just got back together. You thinking it's gonna be different this time. It's not. You're gonna be like, oh my God, what's wrong? I'll tell you right now. Well, last year they jumped out 2-6, and then they took off. Mm-hmm. Do it again this year and watch what happens.
Well, I got some. I already got my thoughts together on that. We're gonna hold on to it. Right. And we got to get to this college football realignment or ransacking. Is what I call it, the college football ransacking. the Big Ten now. It's up to 18 schools. It was just official yesterday afternoon. Oregon and Washington are now a part of the Big Ten and will be joining in 2024. I want to say when USC and UCLA join. I think they're joining at the same time. And there's still talk of adding Clemson and Florida State. That was the original talk at the beginning of the week. It was going to be Oregon, Washington, Clemson, Florida State, and they were going to make it an even 20 with 2 divisions, Eastern and West. They were talking about doing it that way, or the old Big Ten and the new Big Ten.
Please don't bring Dabo Swinney to the Big Ten. I cannot stand Dabo Swinney. Please do not.
Clemson is not going to be the Clemson that they used to be in. They're going to be successful. They're going to win. They'll make a play. They'll make a bowl game. But their time. But I think their times of making it to the playoffs are kind of over. But they had a good run. You can't be mad at that. And when they did it, they spanked everybody. But right now, Georgia is right there. Georgia's king of the hill. And of course, you still got Uncle Nick.
Uncle Nick is knocking at that door.
I think that I'm willing to bet that if once Uncle Nick get one more, he's gonna be out of there. I think he's trying to get one more before he retires.
Nah, you know what it is? This is what it is. If Uncle Nick would put his pride to the side and just go in the portal, man, they would. You don't want to play Alabama? Yeah,
he doesn't do it as extensively.
That's what I'm saying. If he went out there and was just grabbing players, because we lucked up. When I say we, because we both Michigan State fans, we lucked up and got Kenneth Walker. Mm-hmm. You know how many other Kenneth Walkers is out there? Because everybody was like, "What is wrong with Wake Forest? They wasn't using this guy. He didn't fit the system." But he came to Michigan State and was a stud. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? So just imagine if he wouldn't have left, and we would. Who's to say the year would have still progressed what it did? We would have transpired to what it did, but we would have been a whole lot better than what we were.
Yeah. So. Well, we also want to say goodbye to the. We want to talk about the Big 12. Before it was the Big 12 and Big 10. Now it's the Big 12. Now they have 16 teams. In this year alone, they've added Colorado. They're adding Arizona State, and Utah. And that leads us to say bye-bye. Bye-bye, because I'm saying bye-bye to who? The Pac-12. There's only 4 teams left in the Pac-12. Oregon State, Cal, Washington State, and Stanford.
Wow.
Yep, there's only 4 teams left. And I was going to sing taps. So yesterday, I started whistling taps and my dog started barking at me. So as I was prepping for the show, I didn't want to do that because, of course, he's sitting right here ready to make any noise he wants to. So, but what's going to happen to the Pac-12? The money was the difference, honestly. Apple streaming was giving everybody $25 million a year, and the Big Ten was looking at the 50 between CBS, ABC, ESPN, and the Big Ten network. That's a lot more money.
But you know what? With them 4 teams that's left out there, what you say, the Pac-12, just go independent. Just go independent like Notre Dame.
Out of that group, the only team that will go independent that will have any kind of success will be Stanford.
So you say Stanford. What's up? Stanford, Arizona State. Who else?
No, Oregon State, Cal, Washington State, Stanford.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because those other three need a conference. I don't know if they're gonna go to the Mountain West. because Utah left the Mountain West, so what they gonna do?
And you gotta think too. Because like when I seen it, you put it in show notes and everything. It's gonna get real hard for Jim Harbaugh. It's gonna get real hard for the dude at State. Man, 2 years. I give him 2 years. He gonna leave Michigan because it's gonna be too hard. It's gonna be too hard.
Okay. Well, the way I see it, once they get Michigan and Ohio State are going to have a favorable draw once they draw up the conference lines. Whether they go 5-4, four mini conferences, 5 each, or they go 10-10. Either way, both those teams are going to have a favorable draw. the wild card is where you gonna put Oregon. Because in football, they're going to be a juggernaut. They have been. They're going to continue to be. Washington, up and down, no big deal. But then UCLA, USC. USC is going to be. They got this is going to be the third year with that coach from OU, Lincoln Riley. They going to be on it.
And they got to figure. That's if my man don't leave. The guy who won the Heisman, Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams come back, I mean, who's to say who behind Caleb Williams? He might be better than Caleb Williams. So,
but that's the quarterback coach though. He coached 2 or 3 Heisman Trophy coaches, quarterbacks in a row. So
no, he coached. You sure did. He did.
Maybe not but in the last 5 years, he's coached 3 of them quarterbacks.
Right, he did. Lincoln Riley. He did.
Caleb.
Lincoln Riley did Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. He did the quarterback from Arizona.
And
then he did the guy from
that was formerly of the Rams.
The Browns.
He hit the Browns now, yeah.
Yeah.
So he turned them out. So
Baker Mayfield, that's his name.
Baker Mayfield. So if he brings somebody in, it's a good chance he's gonna put up some numbers. At the very least, he's gonna put up numbers. He may not get another Heisman, but the numbers is gonna be right.
Right. See, this is the thing. Okay, so so like you said, if they put Ohio State and Michigan on the same side, and they put USC and UCLA on the same side, and they put Oregon over there, look at all the teams that's out. Bye-bye Purdue, bye-bye Illinois, bye-bye Indiana, bye-bye Northwestern, bye-bye who else? That's of relevance. Rutgers. You know what? Rutgers might leave. Because at the end of the day, what I'm saying is,
they're not going nowhere.
At the end of the day,
all that money.
What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Rutgers is good. What? Basketball? They're better in basketball than they are in football, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Indiana, they're better in basketball than football. Purdue, yeah, it's up and down. Purdue, they kind of the same because my man coming back, Zach Edey coming back. He dropped out the draft. He went back to Purdue. Okay. Yeah. Illinois, they've been with basketball.
Well, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be steady. Illinois.
And what? Basketball?
Football. Bielema. They got Bielema over there. Bielema will keep them, they will be a top 5 team and no matter what conference they're in. They will make a bowl game and they will have a 9-3 or 8-4 season.
Brett Bielema?
Yes. Bielema.
The one that left Wisconsin to go to Arkansas.
Dumbest movie ever made, but he's back. What did he do when he came back last year? They had a bowl.
Where did they go?
It don't matter. You went to a bowl. You could have went to they could have went to Cheerios bowl. It don't matter. They went to a bowl. That's extending your team. That's giving you more time and practice. That's bringing more money into the program.
So we count the Chick-fil-A Cheerios bowl now. Part of your resume. That's what we're doing.
Because it counts. Your alumni gets another chance to travel. Your alumni gets another chance to brag that, hey, Michigan State, where'd you go last year? See what I'm saying?
Okay, so they'll be accepted with that in Ann Arbor?
Oh no.
They'll be accepted in that in Columbus?
No.
They'll be accepted in that in Eugene, Oregon?
No. Penn State either, or Penn State. But those are the top 4 teams in the Big Ten. And where are they? They're going to be in the polls and conferences.
So would you agree that?
I forgot USC. Got to put USC in there.
Right. So you agree the Michigan and Michigan State game will be that much more important as the Ohio State Michigan game?
Always. It's always that way. Oh yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Okay. It's like that. What I posted about the rivalries. It's an important rivalry. And that's why you saw Michigan's coach back down with his rhetoric at the Big Ten conference days early this week,
right?
Because he know that all this happened, and he ain't gonna apologize, but he's gonna bring back his rhetoric for everything that he said after the game last year with all of the craziness. Because you can't continue to stoke that fire. You can't. Because of course you got trying to get recruits on both sides, and your fan base is getting fired up, more and more fired up. You know, and some of my best friends are Michigan people. And I'm not trying to be funny. And
you know what? They fan base, they don't deal with reality.
And we go at it. We talk big jump.
That's the thing I don't understand about their fan base. They never deal with reality. It's like, okay, well, we beat Ohio State. Yeah, but you got smacked by TCU. Oh, but well, we would have beat Georgia. How? You couldn't beat TCU. They don't. That's the only thing with them. They don't deal with reality, man. I told
Ohio State was. I was watching that game. They showed it the other day on the Big Ten Classic on the SEC Classic.
Okay.
How I turned it off because I was getting mad again. How they got down to kick the field goal and they took the ball out of the middle of the field because I know we talked about this before. The kick he made before that was a straight kick. He wouldn't go kick that ball on the angle. To me, that was bad coaching. They could have just kept the band in the middle of the field, but that's neither here nor there. Also here and there at the same time.
Yeah, it's just they have their fan base, man. Like, you know, it's we the best. We this, we that. But then you lose, then it's silence. What happened? Like Jay, okay, I don't know. Did you actually watch the game last year when they played not Texas Tech, when they played TCU? And JJ McCartney, they just really zeroed in on JJ McCartney. And he looked at his people and was like, we gonna win this game. And then it's like when they lost, you didn't see no postings, no more postings. It's like, man, stop, man. That's why I laugh every time they lose. Because here come the excuses.
What bothered me about that game was it seemed like they never even went to TCU locker room to interview anybody. So they didn't have any kind of a storyline about TCU being anything other than the underdog. So when they were winning, they had to scramble to say something nice about those kids.
Absolutely.
But that's the name of the game, and of course Michigan's the draw. So we want to thank Darren Williams, Ms. Valencia Etner, the good Reverend Doctor herself, Christopher Bryant, and Michael Trent for coming out this morning and enjoying our show. We talking the college football realignment or the ransacking, and what's at the end of the day, what's going to happen to the Pac-12? I was thinking myself today that Stanford, Vanderbilt, and Northwestern need to go find a conference and go. They should need to go to the Ivy League. That's where they need to go. Honestly, they need to go to the
Ivy League. Ain't no joke neither, though. That ain't no cakewalk.
Now, Stanford will beat them. Will probably be the class of that group, but Stanford's women's sports hold them up more than anything. So if you look at their softball, their volleyball,
and the
gymnastics,
right,
the women's program in Stanford hold them up just like at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt sport is baseball. Outside of that, they can line up and punt, literally.
Line up and punt.
yeah. And Northwestern, they dealing with a scandal right now. They go back and forth a little bit, back and forth with what they do. But they my son over here messed with me, got me off my game. I'm gonna have to put him in the headlock after. Darren Smith, Eric Coleman, and Eddie Cooper Jr. for joining us today. Northwestern's going to have to get themselves together, and their women's sports hold them up as well. So to me, I was kind of thinking what teams really do need to stay and go. I would really like honestly see them go to the to the Ivy League. Honestly,
with Dartmouth and Princeton and all of them.
Yes.
And Cornell and Yale.
Yep. I think
ain't that like playing? You really supposed to be on varsity, but you playing JV. Ain't that really like that?
Well, look at their sports right now. The male sports, they're JV-esque right now. Anyway.
That's because the conference they in, man. The Pac-12, when's the last time the Pac-12 won the championship? Who was that? Washington? Steve Edmond, when they beat Michigan?
Oh, yes.
That was the last time Washington. UW won one?
Yep,
right.
Yep.
Steve Edmond and what's my name? The quarterback coach for the Lions, Brunel. That was who was on that team. Billy Joe Hobart and all them. So
yeah. Who's the running back?
Huh?
Who's that running back they had?
Napoleon Kaufman.
That's right. Yeah.
He's a minister.
Yeah.
Minister in California.
I liked him just because of that name, Napoleon Kaufman.
Oh,
That's
like
a good
guys for their name now. So I guess you like Damon Flint. Did you like Damian Fishback? He played for Auburn. Did you like Doc Robinson? I can go on there. I can go all day with names.
I know.
Did you like Njai from Michigan? Then he transferred to Carolina.
Mokhtar.
Yeah, Mokhtar Njai.
I'm really scratching my head. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can go all day, man. I can go all day.
He lives in the Dallas area. He lives down in the Dallas area.
Oh,
Mokhtar Njai.
Man, I'm gone, man. All right, see y'all next. What's the next show? See y'all. I don't think I would even announce that, man.
I didn't introduce myself to him, but I was in the airport and I was like, I look like Mokhtar Njai. And the guy said, yeah, that's him. He comes.
Why you didn't go up and say nothing?
I could do that to that group. No.
Man, I see somebody out there. Okay, here we go. I seen I can't think of the guy's name. I'm good with that. Okay, he's a sports anchor for Channel 7. Dave Llewellyn. He's coming out of Big Boy one day. Yeah, he was coming out. He had a little female companion with him. I was like, Dave Llewellyn. He was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, Dave Llewellyn for Channel 7. He's like, yeah. I was like, you know who you are? You Dave Llewellyn. But they was looking at me like, we about to get robbed. I'm like, no, I'm just going to get my carry out, man. Yeah, when I see people, hey, I'm going to put you on the spot. I seen, what's my man name? He used to be Channel 2, but he retired some years back. I can't think of that guy name. Him and Hugh Perkins. That was when Baker Square was in Oak Park. I was standing next to him. I'm like, Hugh Perkins.
I've met Hugh Perkins. He's a really nice guy. I met him a few times.
I'm like, how you doing? I'm like,
he's very personable. Will shake everybody's hands. Oh yeah.
I would hate to see if I met somebody famous or something. I'd probably fall out. Like Michael Jordan. Oh my God. You know who you are? You're Michael Jordan. Like security, come get this guy, man. What's wrong with him?
Start walking away.
Right.
It'd be the secret security that don't nobody see. Come out of nowhere. All right. Thank you. That was a great segment. I like that. Don't forget to click like, click share. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page and join. That group is growing very, very well. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming out this morning. We're going to move into WNBA and women's sports. We went into the second half of the WNBA season. Las Vegas Aces are in first place at 20-2. New York Liberty are 15-5. The Connecticut Sun and the Dallas Wings are the top four right now. And we want to give a shout out to Brittany Griner. She is coming back after a couple games off. They listed it as emotional issues, mental health. So we want to make sure that we highlight the fact that, hey, it is important. And we want to make sure we support people when they have issues and we don't just throw it off to the wayside, especially considering everything that she's been through. But she's still having a great season nonetheless. And they said that she's supposed to be back this weekend. And this week, Diana Taurasi scored her 10,000th point in the WNBA. Is it finally time to say that she is the greatest women's basketball player, Michael Jordan of women's basketball?
Yeah, Deanna, that guy. I mean, that my bad. Deanna is that. Yeah, she's the truth. I've been a fan since the Connecticut days. Yeah, that's one of Gino's. That's one of his best. Yeah, next to Maya, because Maya said, and I know she left for the awareness of imprisoning wrong guy, because the guy she ended up getting freed. They ended up getting married. So congrats to that, and congrats on with her going after what she believed in. But next to Deanna, Maya could have been that thing, that next deal. Because I mean, look what he produced. Yeah. Maya, Deanna,
the coach at Duke now. I can't think of her name. She came out of the system. Yep.
Twin Cash.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't put a lot in. He didn't put Rebecca Lobo. Yeah. That Rebecca Lobo team went 37-0.
They sure did. They did. I think they won it like 2 or 3 years in a row, and one of those years they went undefeated. So yeah,
that was the year with Rebecca Lobo and Jennifer Razazzi and all them. Yeah, Gino, that's something that shocks me. That has never came up. They have never been caught for a violation or nothing. You can't tell. I get it. Some kids do want to go play for that coach. Man, he had to do something though. He had to palm somebody's fingers because you were getting star player after star player after star player.
Well, think about it. What's right there next to the university?
I have no idea.
That the casino.
There's a casino next to UConn.
It's stores next to it, but it's pretty close because that's where the Connecticut Sun play.
Oh, okay.
It's named after the Sun Casino.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, I learned something new today.
They might, I'm not saying they are. They might have, just slid a little, something at them. I'm not mad at it. That's the name of the game.
That's what I even with the Fab Five Pro. What do you expect me to do? I'm living off scholarship money. NCAA people won't let me get a job. What do you expect to do? Hey, Felix Holmes, that's a good game you had. Here, take this envelope. Man, it's $10,000. Don't worry about it. You think I'm not gonna worry about it?
Envelope?
To the bazaar.
Is this an envelope? I don't know what this is. This is really an envelope. This is with it. I don't know what it is.
Hey, but you know what? When we go back and look at it, and God rest his soul because he's no longer here. Ed Martin had the best deal. If you go back and look at it, if you make it to the NBA, you can reciprocate at a later time. If you don't make it, don't worry about it. What? Man, I'm on the phone with him every week. Hey, man, I'm trying to go to Freaknik. Jordan's coming out. I need a little. What? Man, I'm calling. He would have got tired of my phone number. He'd have got tired of 313-492. Absolutely. What do you want now, man? I need some pocket change.
Well, he wasn't the only one. Let's just put it that way. Everybody will do it in some form or fashion.
But what I'm saying is, if you go back and look at, come on, man, we from Detroit. He had the best deal. Mm-hmm. If you make it, reciprocate in a timely fashion. Yeah. If you don't, it's all good. And I'm not. If I make it to the league, okay, I make it. I reciprocate when I get the money. Let me get through this rookie deal. Get my feet wet, and then I take care of you. But if I didn't make it, look at all the free stuff I got. Yeah. So Ed Martin had the best deal.
On top of already the merch they was getting from the school anyway, of course.
Right.
Especially back in those days. Right. They already had those
big old university and all that. Absolutely.
Yeah. They already had those. The school already had their deals with every like Nike stuff, and they had the Michigans, the Dukes, the Georgetowns. Them still some of the best shoes they had out. Right. Just because of the colors.
Right.
All righty. We're going to really kick quickly the Women's World Cup. They are in the knockout round of 16. USA plays Sweden at 5 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And they are saying they virtually don't have a chance. This is the first time we've heard this in a long time that the USA women's team is not for them to win. They're not the favorite, I should say. Last time that we saw that was almost 20 years ago when they were playing against was it Japan or was it China, when they kept having those 2-1 games or 1-0 games and going in the shootout. That's the last time they've been in that kind of position. Am I worried about it? Nope, not at all. I saw that Alexi Lalas had something to say. Another former player from the ladies team had something to say. I think it's personal against that coach. I don't think they like that coach that they brought in. Of course, when the new people come in, they do things their way. But right. the talent's going. I think the talent's going to push them through on this one. And if they don't win, I won't be mad because you've done this all these years. They've been consistent all these years. Correct. To lose one out of the last 30 years almost, and not make it to the Final Four in the last 30 years is an incredible run. Right. So I don't think that, to me, it would be such a bad thing. I still think that the guys should line up and get the girls they check.
I knew he was coming.
The boys gonna be hard pressed to get out there for group of 5 or out their regular pool. But we're gonna pray that they get better. But I've been saying that.
Yes,
I've been very consistent with that. Before we go to Stupid Sports News, we want to really take a quick dive into Errol Spence fight last week. Did you get a chance to take a look at that?
Nah, I ain't know. Who is that? I don't know who is that. Got me.
Yeah, the guy he fought, his name is escaping me, but he beat that boy like he stole something. And I always say fights, any kind of sporting contests are won in warm-ups.
Okay.
Before the fight, I'm like, Spence gonna take him. Spence gonna take him. And all of a sudden, I see the press conference, and I see a little chink in the armor and look a little different in his eyes. I'm like, And then they get in the ring, and Spence, before the fight even started, he like this. Like, oh, that boy about to get whooped. He about to get whooped. Sure enough, that boy got whooped. And
it was Creed Part 2 all over again.
You could just see it in his face. He does not have that confidence like I've seen Spence have before. I'm honestly still surprised that he's fighting after he had that car accident. But he made the best of it, and he was still undefeated. And they told him, "Oh, there's gonna be a rematch." I don't know if I even want to watch the rematch. You know how you be the big bully in the school. You be like, "Oh, he gonna get him," and that one kid that don't say nothing, he be picked on. And at the end of when school out, that one kid that don't say nothing, whoop him up. And he told me, "I'm gonna be back tomorrow," and everybody be like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. Don't leave me alone."
Oh, that's like 3 o'clock high.
Yeah, that's how it is with Errol Spence. Errol Spence like, "I want a rematch," and everybody like, "No, you don't. Leave him alone."
And let me get an 8-piece chicken and a bucket of sunflower seeds.
He got pieced up all right. That's what happened. All right, everybody. As we go to the close of the show, we're gonna take a quick pause for the calls for Stupid Sports News. All right. First thing I'm gonna do is make a correction. We were talking about all the people from ESPN who were laid off. I prematurely said Mark Jackson. I thought he was part of the original group. It was announced this week that he was officially laid off, and I actually thought that they laid him off before because I was part of the group that they originally said that was going to be laid off.
Right.
But I do want to wish him well. He is a great analyst, and he said he was shocked. I'm gonna stand on what I said before. I'm not, because it seemed like he got to the point where he was kind of mailing it in a little bit. He didn't quite give the analysis that he did in his younger years. But I do wish him well. I hope he catches on somewhere where he can do college, do the Final Four, stuff like that, because he knows the game. And I don't see him going back to coaching. Not at this age, unless he goes and coaches AAU or something like that. Now, the first stupid sports news is definitely stupid. The Somali sprinter. There's a World University Games where all the ladies lined up to run the race, and everybody, shaking it out, get on the line. Pow! The gun goes off. Everybody gone. And this lady looked like she just kind of trotted out the blocks. And she finished with her time was in the 20 seconds. This is the 100 dash now. They running 10s and 12s and 13s. And she finished the line. She go across the line and kind of hopped over like, hey. I'm like, oh, my God. As it turns out, they're investigating. There says there's some nepotism going in there, that she might be the niece of the person who makes the teams. And then, it was like, come on, Unc, let me run this race. Come on, Unc, let me run this race. Because when I really saw it, I saw, you see the video of the young lady, the shot putter, or the distance player who ran the hurdles for her country so they can get the points. That's what I thought it was another one of those.
Oh, okay.
I just watched the video. They was like, watch this video, of the sprinter. I'm like, okay. That's what I really thought it was. No, this girl couldn't run at all. She wasn't even in shape. But like this, it looked like me out there running. That's how much of a good of a race you ran. And if I'm out there running a 100-yard dash, it's going to be about 35 seconds. So,
right. Okay.
So, have her out there running that. It was probably I can't even call it funny because she stood straight up and it was like a trot. It was like, you see you go to the racetrack and they trot the horses out before they put them in the stall. It was like that. I was like, that was her style. And I'm looking like, you got to be kidding me. And once I read the caption, I fell out. I'm going to have to send it to you. I thought you sent it. I'm trying to get it so we can show it on the show. Because when I tell you that was funny, you really want to see this. I didn't get the young lady's name, but she's from Somalia. And they are really investigating this because they're saying she took some spots from people who really deserve to be there. And so we're going to follow up with this one. Next one, Jim Irsay gets Taylor, his running back. If I die tonight and Jonathan Taylor is out of the league, no one's going to miss us. The league goes on. We know that. The National Football League rolls on. It doesn't matter who comes and who goes. It's a privilege to be a part of it. People were up in arms for Jim Irsay for saying this. I wasn't. One, this is on par for what Jim Irsay says and does. He's not the first player that he's talked about. He talked about Carson Wentz. He talked about some of his other players like that. The only person he didn't talk about was Jeff Saturday when he hired him.
Right.
That's the only person he didn't talk about.
Right.
So people were really, really up in arms about that. But this goes back to how the NFL thinks. NFL thinks jersey, helmet, not person. They're selling the jersey. They're selling the team. They're selling the helmet. If you look good up under there, then you're going to possibly get some advertisement on your own. Of course, they advertise their best players. They put them outside the building. But if you ever go to any stadium, they don't show the face. They show them in their helmet. They show them in their jersey. They show them, making a move, an athletic move, trying to get to a quarterback or running the ball. But they don't show the person. They don't show the face. They show that person. They show the image. They show the likeness, but they don't show the face. So I can understand what he's saying that, of course, we love him. And he came back and said, no, he didn't really mean anything by that. He loved him as a person. Right. But at the end of the day, he's talking about the business side. And he's right. Whether it's Irsay or Taylor or the running back for the Giants, if they're gone today, if they're here today, gone tomorrow, the league will go on. Right. And that's the business side of it. Saquon Barkley. I watched First Take and Stephen A. Smith was all up in arms about it. The other guy was up in arms in it. Like, no, that's the reality of it. They say they don't respect him as a man. To me, it wasn't about respect. It was about money. That they're not paying running backs. We love you, Jonathan Taylor. You led the league last year. Yeah, we got that. But you got to show up. You got a contract. Right. Come on in here, and we might do something for you. But come on in and play your role. Right. Yes, exactly. Might means no, because they haven't. The last running back to get paid any kind of significant money was the boy who was just with the Browns, and before that it was Zeke. And you see what happened to Zeke. Zeke his production immediately went down. And I'm pretty sure that everybody can say, why didn't pay Dak? I think that him and Dak had a plan. Dak said, hey, you're going to make your money now because they're going to pay me regardless. Right. But if I make mine, you ain't going to never make yours. Yeah. So I think they had a deal on that. Yeah. So lastly, we have college gambling.
Yeah, I saw that.
Iowa State kicker Aaron Blum, Iowa kicker Aaron Blum bet against his team in the Iowa game and won. He bet through his mom. He bet his mama. Call his mama. Mama, make this bet. Bet the under. Right. He makes some good money off of it. So it's like 7 guys between both schools and some other guys who are in the NFL now who were part of it. So it's trickling down. We've been talking about this gambling thing. It's trickling down. These apps are getting people in trouble. Yeah. And so, what was it? Insider information that he bet the under on? Did they make a deal between the two teams? Were they the only two? Only person, only 6 or 7 are part of it. Right. For him to go with the under like that lets me know that there were some conversations that were had.
Right.
Way beyond him. Right. But he's one that got caught.
Right.
So it's trickling down. It's trickling down. I can tell you, there's been a whole lot of gambling going on for years. PSL, PAL, American League. Folks be in the parking lot putting money up. Who gonna hold this 100? I got 100 on my C team. Who gonna hold the money? Somebody hold the money. So whoever the person hold the money run off. Right. So all right. Thank you guys. We are at time. Our next show will be on August 19th. And we'll be back here doing what we do. Like we say, we want to be this generation's Soul Train Saturday. We want to thank you for coming out this morning, being with. Thank you, Tammy Williams. We want to make sure we acknowledge you. We acknowledge everybody. Somebody came here. What a prayer look like? With this roll K. I'm gonna let you keep your prayer. It's cool. It's hot. It's cool. Whatever you're talking about. Thank you, roll K. I don't know if you can read it, you'll see why I'm not gonna go that far into it. But we'll be back in 2 weeks, August 19th, as we're gonna do our NFL preview show. And even though NFL they won't play a first game for 3 weeks, but we're gonna start rolling out our predictions for each conference and start seeing where we can go. So we're gonna do the AFC and then the NFC. Thomas, Mr. Myron Thomas, thank you for joining us, sir. We do appreciate it. That young man right there, smart young man, and can dance like you never want to believe. Don't forget to join our sports talk group. Go to Facebook and do that. I do send out a lot of requests every week. Go back through. You can get right now. Get your scanner out, scan that in there, and join our sports talk group. We thank you so much. And I almost forgot that you got that nice jersey on over there, sir. I see you. Is that your way of saying that that Cincinnati gonna do something this year?
I just thought about it. I put Norman Julius on.
Okay.
You don't even know who Norman Julius is, do you?
I thought Orange Julius. I ain't know about Norman Julius.
Norman Julius is Boomer Esiason. Hey, when I do my research,
Norman Julius. I like Norman Julius better than Boomer Esiason.
Nah, I like Boomer Esiason better than Norman Julius.
So he's Norman Julius Esiason?
No, he Norman Julius Boomer Esiason. I don't know how he got Boomer. I don't know how. Everybody get a funny nickname, right? Yeah. I don't know where he got that nickname.
All right, everybody, you guys be safe. Stay cool. Drink plenty of water because I know that most of this country and the world is under a lot of heat right now. And be safe. And we shall see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.